Alright, what's going on, y'all? This is Mac here to talk about the 2013 uh, Royal Rumble. It was, I don't know, I was pretty amazed by it. It was pretty exciting. Daniel Bryan, this is what I want to get to. Daniel Bryan, well, I don't want to get to it, but I want to go ahead and throw this out the way for us. I want to go, you didn't even mention this match. Okay, the Daniel Bryan and Kane versus Rhodes Scholars. I didn't even get that match. I didn't see the match. I really didn't care to see the match. But I don't even know who won, so I can't even tell you who won that one. I apologize. I don't give a fuck. Skip on to the next. Yes, I am high. I've been smoking weed. It's okay. I'm in Colorado, right? Isn't that the state that legal? Yeah, I think so. Anyway, but let's just skip all the way to the point. Um, Alberto Del Rio versus The Big Show. That was it was better than expected, but I just don't like Alberto Del Rio playing this face. Like I really don't like it. I don't see how it's I don't know. It's like they're trying to mix it with a little bit of Eddie Guerrero, and then they're trying to hype it up too much. They had Bret Hart come out before his match for Alberto Del Rio match, and said you remind me of a what he said, Spanish uh, Bret Hart or something like that. He said something like that, Mexican Bret Hart, whatever Alberto is. And I think that was like a little bit overboard because, I mean, come on now. I don't think Bret Hart really wanted to say that. I think they paid him to say that, basically. WWE paid him to say that because there's no way in hell Bret Hart from the 1990s would look at Alberto Del Rio and go, you remind me of myself. Um, but anyway, Alberto versus The Big Show. That was a good match. Uh, it came to this one scene where Big Show, they was like on top of the stage, and Big Show climbed up part of the accessories on the stage to make it the stage or whatever. If you look at the Royal Rumble stage, you will see it. And he climbed up on a part of it, and then he picked Alberto up from the floor to back on the level where the Big Show was onto the accessory of the stage, and then he did a choke slam through the table from the same spot. Okay, they were on the stage, but that accessory probably took him a little bit higher, probably about a good 3, 4 feet up, and the table was right there on the stage, and Big Show threw Alberto right through it. It was a couple of times it looked like Alberto might give up or because it was a last man standing match, so it looked like he wasn't going to get back up. And he'll get up, but eventually fall back down for another 5 or 6 count. But the interesting thing, how he won, was they duct taped the Big Show's feet to the ropes. The guy, the announcer of Alberto Del Rio, Rodriguez, he duct taped his Big Show feet to the ropes, and all of a sudden, Alberto has him in his finishing move at the same time while doing it, and the Big Show had injured his left arm during the match, and so it was kind of hard for the Big Show to get up and do a fucking push-up. Not a push-up, a sit-up. If he could have, if the Big Show could have did a sit-up, he would have been able to at least rip the damn duct tape from around his ankle. But like the referee started counting 1, 2, 3, and by the time he got to 5, all you see is the Big Show keep trying to do one fucking sit-up and can't do it. And all of a sudden, the match is over. Alberto Del Rio won. It was funny to me. It was an okay match. It was good to be a first match. I would look at it as a Monday Night Raw first hour main event, if you ask me. But it was a good match, and it was like I said, it was quite entertaining and funny to me because of what happened with the duct tape and all that whole situation, and Big Show not able to do one fucking setup. That's terrible. But yeah, Alberto's still WWE Heavyweight Champion after that. Um, and then they had the Royal Rumble. Let's just skip to the Royal Rumble because I don't know any other fucking match that happened that I was really paying attention to. Well, okay, we can go back to the beginning where the Miz fought what's the new guy name? The U.S. champion. I forget his name. I don't know why, but I love that guy. He's a wonderful wrestler. He's a great technician in wrestling. He really looked like he would be WWE champion one day if these writers and producers can actually, figure a good theme for him. Um, to get into that world championship level and actually win it and become a star where people will actually like this guy as a champion. He has potential. We really do have that. What the fuck is his name? He's the U.S. champion now, and he do that little move where he pump his fist in the air and all that shit. But he beat the Miz, of course. The Miz is a fucking face now. It's gonna, after I seen the Miz get beat by Santino, that was like, okay, you know, the Miz is no longer a threat. He's no longer a star. He's just there to fill in the the blanks where someone need to fight someone stupid right back or something like that. That's on a little bit of a higher level. Um, yeah. So old boy won that shit, and then we had the Royal Rumble match. The first person was Dolph Ziggler. He was first. And the second person, which was surprising, I didn't think he would show up, but Chris Jericho actually showed up. So that was kind of interesting as well. And Jericho stayed in there for, I think, about 30, 36, 37 minutes. Somewhere around there. Him and Dolph Ziggler stayed in for a long time. Dolph Ziggler eliminated him. And then Dolph Ziggler got eliminated by uh Sheamus. Yeah. Don't worry, I'm in Colorado. Okay. But yeah, Dolph Ziggler got eliminated by him, Sheamus. And then it got to a point where it was just Sheamus, Ryback, and John Cena. I think John Cena came in between 14 and 17, somewhere around that angle. And Ryback came in probably, was he 30? Yeah, Ryback was 30. And Ryback, he eliminated a couple of people. And then Ryback got rid of Sheamus. Ryback threw Sheamus out the fucking ring. I was surprised to see Sheamus go that easily, but then again, I guess WWE want to get straight to the point. So now it's Ryback and fucking John Cena. So the crowd is all fucking confused. Everyone's boo and yeah and let's go Cena. Ryback sucks. It was a whole lot going on. And like as quickly as it was, John Cena just tossed Ryback over the ropes. And John Cena is now going to WrestleMania. For who? Maybe he'll try to defend, to beat the champion, Alberto. I don't know. Perhaps. Maybe he will go and try to challenge Alberto. Uh, and then you have moving on to my next match, The Rock versus CM Punk. This was a good match. This was a good match. The Rock, he cut his little skit before he went into the ring and did his little interview in the back. The crowd was cheering. They were hyped. Once again, I was high as hell, so I'm like zoned into the fucking TV. The crowd is like, I felt like I was in the fucking crowd. So, we was getting hype. I'm a long time Rock fan. I love The Rock. That's like, I used to imitate him all the time. See? Oh, wait. Oh, see that? Yeah, I got short eyebrows. They can't really come all the way down here. But anyway, yeah. Um, and yes, I am part of the Illuminati. No, I'm just, no. Anyway, um, I'm a long-term Rock fan, and I know The Rock is going to win. Like, to me, it just seemed like the type of contract that The Rock signed that one day, that he has to beat Cena. This is me. If you're wondering, yes, The Rock is WWE World Heavyweight Champion. Yes, he's the new WWE World Champion. He took the belt from CM Punk, which in his 400 and what 31, 37 days as world champion, which is too damn impressive, and yes, makes him the best in the world. But The Rock was cutting his little promo and doing his interview in the back, and it was so, I wouldn't say inspiring. I really didn't care for the shit, but I can tell from the people who was there who are still really Rock fans. Me, I kind of grew out of it because he left, but I'm still a fan. I'm still gonna watch. But for the people who were actually there, an emotional moment for them to know that this match is about to happen, they probably was more into it. And The Rock, he was saying he was for the people, and we mean something, and by the end of this night, we're all gonna count, and blah, 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 blah. And The Rock says, and the people, and my mom, and she had cancer, and I went to uh, Miami, and they cut me, didn't make the draft, I had $7 in my pocket. Yeah, so The Rock went on this whole little rant about his life stories and talking about how they all been through it, and tonight they were going to come together as one and defeat CM Punk, Timothy Punk, as I like to call him for some odd reason. I don't know why. But Timothy Punk came out, and I'm surprised. I know the whole Cult of Personality song. I really did sing the whole fucking song. You know, like Mussolini and Kennedy. I'm the Coca personality. The Coca person. Like, I know all that shit. Look in my eyes. What do you see? I love that shit. Anything you want, oh, I'm a Coca personality. I'm high. Um, but yeah, uh, Timothy Punk came out, The Rock came out. The Rock did his little, bouncing around like he's Brock Lesnar and shit, and then CM Punk raised the belt up and got right in The Rock face saying, I'm the world champion. I'm the best in the world. And they had a good match. CM Punk kept doing one of the funniest things. The Rock kept pulling on the announce table. There was at the Spanish announce table, and The Rock was pulling the top lid off. I don't want to call it a lid, but like the little sign that says, the pay-per-view name and all that shit on the table that you rip off before you get to the actual TV sets and start ripping the TV sets off. But anyway, they got to that part of the table, and The Rock pulled it off, and then CM Punk like kicked him in the nuts and pushed him out of the ring, and then CM Punk put the top back on the table and did like this to the announcers. That was kind of funny. It's like I don't know why, because you don't usually see someone fix the table back after their opponent just try to rip it apart so they can slam them through it. And it was a whole lot of talking through the match. You can tell CM Punk was telling the Rock what to do, and The Rock was telling CM Punk what to do. Um, you know, I seen that. I caught on to it through the whole match more often than I would with normal matches. But CM Punk, he kept doing that. I think he did that at least 3 times. CM Punk, you know, fixed the table back after The Rock messed it up, or after CM Punk messed it up himself. But The Rock, you know how The Rock do. He get his ass whooped the whole fucking match, and you know, it was a nice match. And then the lights went out when The Rock was about to do the people's elbow. So while he's about to do the people's elbow, the lights go out, and then you just hear a lot of movement going on or whatever. The cam, you can still hear Michael Cole and all them. And then you hear Michael Cole, that's Shield, it's Shield, it's the Shield. And JBL, oh, no one knows who it is, Michael. And then you hear the table get smashed in, and then you know you still see little flashes of pictures. So from the flasher on the camera, you still see little images. You can still see like tattoos, or you know, long hair, or half a face, and or you can see The Rock lay down, you know, through the table outside of the ring. And then when the lights cut back on, CM Punk, you know, he's looking like, oh shit, and The Rock is laid out cold on the table. And CM Punk put him in the ring and pinned him 1, 2, 3. And the bell rung, and CM Punk's the champ. He's celebrating. Then Vince McMahon walks out. He's about to strip him from the title. And then The Rock grabbed the microphone and go, no, 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 no. You're not going to take it from him. I'm gonna take it from him. And then the crowd goes crazy. Restart the match. And then Vince McMahon granted him the wish, and then they start fighting again. And The Rock put they kept going back and forth with like little submission moves at that point. And then The Rock did the people's elbow. He finally fixed it, and he got it right. And The Rock whispered in his ear like, this is it. Like, you know, let me get this pin. I don't want to rock bottom you now. Let me get I'm gonna beat you with the people's elbow. So he kind of did the people's elbow, and then he went to his hip, and then he went back, pinned him. And that's when I knew. I was like, yeah. So once again, I caught on to another whisper in the air, and you know, it was a good match. The pay-per-view as a whole, it was great. I just wish they had more Royal Rumble appearances from old people. Well, you know, the past at least. You know, I wouldn't mind seeing D'Lo Brown come out there. I don't mind seeing who else could come out. Like it was at a point where they had Cody Rhodes and they had Goldust in there at the same time. Which, you know, Cody Rhodes and Goldust are brothers. Goldust's name is Dustin Rhodes. It was a point that I thought it was going to be historic if they would have brought Dusty Rhodes out as well. Like, that part I was actually waiting for. I really was expecting that. So Goldust was a old school head that came in there. I guess they want to count Jericho as one of the past coming in. And then they had The Godfather. It was actually kind of hype when The Godfather came out. And he got in the ring. You know, he took his time. He came out with 2 hoes beside him. And, you know, he's taking his jewelry off and taking his hat off, took his fur off, and he got in the ring, and Cody Rhodes knocked his ass right back out. Was it Cody Rhodes or was it Ziggler? One of them motherfuckers. They knocked him right over the top rope, and he looked around, and then he put his hat back on, put his jewelry back on his fur, and he went right back out the goddamn door. That was hilarious, like, cause he looked like, and then put his shit back on, and I said, wow. But yeah, that was a happy moment, and you can tell the Godfather was happy for that moment. I'm pretty sure he was excited for that moment because Godfather couldn't stop smiling the whole time coming down there until he got his ass kicked out of the goddamn Royal Rumble. So I'm happy for you. You know, Attitude Era, that's the best era. And when I mean era, I mean everything that was going on during the Attitude time, which whether it was Nitro over there at WCW, it was still one era. And I guess we'd rather name it the Attitude Era. Uh, but yeah, that was it was pretty interesting. And but yeah, The Rock is the world champion now. I'm pretty sure tomorrow on Raw, which they supposed to be live in Vegas, I'm pretty sure The Rock's gonna have an emotional speech, and CM Punk gonna come out at some point. Sorry, I had a piece of ash, not ass, ash on my lip, and it's just, you know, all that. But yeah, I don't know how they're gonna do this one. Like seriously, think John Cena gonna cash in and go against The Rock or Alberto? But it's WrestleMania, so of course he's not gonna go for no fucking Alberto. And I think Ziggler is going to defeat Alberto. That's what I think. I think Ziggler is going to defeat Alberto and go on over to SmackDown. And yeah, and he'll be champion over there. What the fuck am I talking about? I don't know. But look, Royal Rumble was great. Let's see what happens with The Rock and John Cena and Money in the Bank, Cash In and Alberto and all that good shit. We'll see what happens. Um, leave your comments and let me know what you think is going to happen with this. How long The Rock is going to keep the belt. What do you think about John Cena winning the Royal Rumble? Um, do you think Jericho is done with wrestling? You think being at the Royal Rumble was the last time? Um, what else? I mean, who do you think should have won the Royal Rumble? Was you expecting The Rock to win? Who's going to be the opponent, the next opponent, and all that shit. And I might leave a video tomorrow after Raw and see how that is. I don't really watch SmackDown, so I couldn't tell you. I wouldn't get on here after a SmackDown show and talk to you about anything because I really could care less what goes on SmackDown. But anyway, alright, make sure you thumbs up and make sure y'all go to my page and subscribe. Okay?